You're ignorant of happenings in Niger Delta. Governor DIRI replies AREWA youths. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Governor of BAYELSA State, Senator DIRI has taken a swipe at the AREWA Consultative Youth Movement, describing them as the most ignorant of what is happening in the Niger Delta for saying that it was over-politicizing the Nembe oil spill. DIRI, who was speaking as the guest of honor at the All the Just Summit organized by the Ijaw National Congress INC in Yenagoa, the Bayelsa state capital, weekend, averred that he will never play politics with the health and development of the people, but will continue to defend the territory and people who elected him as governor, no matter whose ox is God. The governor, who stressed that he is particularly vexed with the proportion of the Nembe oil spill, said he does not need to be a petroleum engineer to comment on the spill and challenge environmental activists to come to Nembe to see the level of pollution and environmental damage done to the flora and fauna of the Ijaw people. He warned that no one should take the hospitality of the Ijaw nation for granted or doubt the determination of a state government to protect the sanctity of communities and the livelihood of the people. Adding that the people and the state will not swallow this flame in the name of decorum. His words, I laughed this morning when my attention was drawn that AREWA youths are opposing my statements and my views. I laughed at it. But for me, they are not only opposing me, they're opposing Bayelsa State and the Ijaw nation. I have never played politics with the health of our people. I have never played politics with the development of our people. And if AREWA you think what I said is to over-politicize the situation in Nembe, then I want to believe that Nigeria and indeed AREWA youth are the most ignorant people of what is happening in the Niger Delta. Merely presupposing that the governor is not a petroleum engineer, I do not need to be a petroleum engineer to defend my people. If they have forgotten that our own president of a country is not also a petroleum engineer, he is the president of Nigeria. That I am only a political scientist, yes, I accept. A political scientist and an educationist, and I have been elected to defend the territory and people of Bayelsa State. On the heels of a very recent conference of political parties, what has been tagged as COP26, I was in Scotland, United Kingdom, to represent Bayelsa State, and in that event, there is already a global action to curb pollution. And recently in the United Kingdom, as I said, I was and will remain particularly vexed with what is happening in Nembe, and that is why I will not stop to call on all environmental activists to come onto Nembe to see the level of pollution and environmental damage done to the flora and fauna of the Ijaw people. Whereas we appreciate the oil and gas sector currently continuing in future importance to our country, there should be no doubt about our own commitment to stop the impunity that threatens the present and undermine the future survival of our people. No one should take our hospitality for granted or doubt our determination to protect the sanctity of our communities and indeed the livelihood of our people. We will not swallow this flame in the name of decorum. He commended the INC for providing a touch to illuminate the path of the Ijaw people under the present circumstances in country, noting that all is not well in the country. He stated further, for too long, we have only operated as pseudo-federalism in reality. What we have in our country today is a unitary system of governance and dressed in the borrowed robes of federalism. We cannot procrastinate in returning terms of engagement where the regions or states expropriate their own resources and pay taxes to the center more and more. We are creating a caste where the categorization of subordinates and subordinates is entrenched. Not surprised, state and ethnic nationalities are increasingly clamoring for self-determination or even, in outright cases, secession. That is in very extreme case. I am proposing without insisting that the ideal and ideal situation will be devolution of powers from the center to the states, such that the federal government will be responsible with the issue of currency, foreign policy, national security, commands in the military, appointments of ambassadors, and any other matter that have common bearing on all states. But I am willing to abdicate my views if there is a superior collective council arising from this summit. In his welcome address, the president of INC, Prof. Benjamin Okaba, said the crossroad they just find themselves in the Nigerian Federation is the most compelling reason confronting the convocation of the All-Ijaw Summit, with the theme, the Nigerian state and the Ijaw question. He said, the Ijaw need to agree on a common direction, adding that we need to evoke common understanding of our peculiarities and determine common panacea. The summit, which was chaired by His Royal Majesty Justice F. Tobai, retired, was attended by prominent sons and daughters across Ijaw sons and daughters across the country. Points taken and points should be noted is that this man is speaking on behalf of his people, and he's saying you cannot shut me up, and you cannot come and, boo me or intimidate me by saying I am politicizing the issue. If you think that the issue in Bayelsa is being over or exaggerating, please, there are bus parks, motor parks. You can take, you take a flight down to Owerri. Yes, you can take a flight if there's any flight in Port Harcourt, and then from there you go to Bayelsa by road, and you're going to see what is happening. Sincerely, if you go to the environment, you weep. They have so much oil resource, but these people are not taken care of. It's like somebody comes to your house because you open the door for the person, make a mess of your house, make your house inhabitable, and then the person leaves. And he does that on a daily basis. Like, he does not listen to you. It is not like he's now lord over your house. And of course, he keeps telling you, I've saw these people now. I have saw some people. Seeing some people does not mean you're not going to come and make my house and the lives of my children. You're going to put in dire conditions people of that particular place. Sincerely, if you doubt it, just go to Bayelsa and see things for yourself. Before you comment, just make your research and make sure you gather facts before you say things that are not supposed to be said. These people, they live in very dire condition. And like I said, nobody, I will keep saying it, deserve to live in such conditions, most especially when his state is housing such resources. I mean, do this thing and let it be a win-win for all. On this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of the day.